They said the man had become his wife's second child. They laughed at him in the market. They pointed at his house when they walked past and whispered, "Look at him, the wife is the husband there." That was the wound that cut the deepest. This man, Chike, was not born lazy. Before he married Ada, he was working in a small company in the city. He was not rich, but he was steady. He dressed well, paid his rent, and even sent something home to his parents. When he met Ada, people said he was lucky. She was kind, she was beautiful, and she knew how to manage a home. When they married, he treated her with respect. When their first child came, Ada took care of both the baby and her husband. At that time, their home was full of laughter. Chike loved his family. He carried the baby on his back sometimes just to give Ada rest. People said, "This man will go far. He knows how to care for his own." But life is like a river. Sometimes it flows smooth. Sometimes it carries you into rocks. One day, Chike lost his job. At first, he thought it was only for a short while. He said, "I will find another." He woke early, ironed his shirt, and walked from office to office asking if there was work. He filled out forms, dropped applications, made phone calls, but no work came. Weeks turned to months. The little savings he had disappeared. Soon, rent was late. Food became small in the pot. But Chike did not stop trying. He told himself, a man who does not work today may find work tomorrow. But tomorrow kept running away. That was when Ada began to change. At first, it was small things. Her voice was sharper in the evenings. She would say, "You are still here? Others go out and bring food, but you return with empty hands?" Then she began to talk outside the house. People in the market started to look at Chike in a different way. Ada told them, "I am the one feeding this family. Without me, we would be finished." Even secrets that Chike shared with her in the quiet of their room, she carried to the ears of strangers. Soon, the whole town knew his troubles. It is one thing to be poor, it is another to be mocked in your own village. Then Ada crossed another line. She began to meet other men. At first, people thought it was rumor, but soon, she no longer hid it. She came home with gifts and food, and when Chike asked where they came from, she said, "If not for the man I am seeing, you and your child would have starved." She told him straight, "If you don't like it, suffer alone." Chike could have fought. He could have shouted. He could have beaten his chest, but he stayed silent. He looked at his child and swallowed the shame. Many thought he was weak, but I knew he was only trying to hold his home together. One day, Ada stood before him and said the words that broke the last string. "I have found another man who will take care of me better than you. I am leaving." And just like that, she gathered her things and walked away. 2 years passed. People forgot about Chike. Some said he had gone mad. Some said he would die in poverty. Some laughed whenever they saw him pass, carrying his child by the hand, his clothes worn and faded. But Chike did not forget himself. He walked quietly. He tried small things, helping someone here, running errands there. One day, he noticed a problem in the community, something nobody else was paying attention to. He turned that problem into an idea, and that idea into a business. At first it was small, but it grew. Chike poured his heart into it. He learned, he struggled, he failed, he tried again. Then one day, his work caught fire. Money began to come in, opportunities opened. Before long, the man who was once mocked as his wife's second child was being called Odogu, the great one. He became a billionaire. And Ada, the same mouths that once clapped for her now laughed at her. The same women she boasted to now shook their heads when she passed. She had traded her home for quick comfort, and the world did not pity her. So hear this well. The ground that swallows a man can also be the ground from which he rises.
The storm that bends a tree low can also make its roots deep. And sometimes the one who is mocked today is the one who will be praised tomorrow. That is the story of Chike.